this lecture, I'll be introducing you to what you can do with D3, the world's premier data visualization library. I'll be talking about why I believe that D3 is the best library to learn if you want to know how to visualize data on the web, and I'll be showing you some cool examples of the kinds of visualizations that you can make with D3. Although D3 has quickly grown to be the web's favorite choice for displaying data online, there are a number of alternatives out there for developers to use. Fusion Charts, HighCharts, Chart.js, and even Google Charts can all be seen as competitors to D3. So why am I teaching this course in D3 rather than any other data visualization tool out there? For me, there are three main reasons why D3 blows any of these alternatives out of the water: D3's flexibility, the elegance of how it's written, and the active community that supports it. The first reason is flexibility. D3 lets you load in your own data and do whatever you want with it. It doesn't just come with a set of predefined templates for making different common graphs like many other libraries. D3 gives you the tools to make these charts yourself, and you can do so much more on top of it. D3 stands for Data-Driven Documents. It's all about connecting elements on the page to pieces of data. This data can be absolutely anything, and it allows for a lot of interesting use cases, especially for interactive visualizations. If you can imagine something as a way of displaying data, then you can build it in D3. Simple as that. Check out this chart that I made earlier this year. It's displaying how the income distribution has been changing in the US over the last 50 years. There isn't a template that you could use to make this in any other system, because there's no name for this type of visualization. It's a pie chart, but part of the storytelling message comes from how it changes over time. This was something that I made just by thinking about how this data could be displayed. In D3, once I had that, and once I sketched out how it should look, then it was easy to move things around and make it work. A good analogy to consider here is the idea of building a model house with either clay or Lego. It might seem easier to build the house out of Lego, because all of the building blocks click together really easily. However, if you want to make something more custom, or if you don't like the design of the few different pieces that you have to choose from, then it would be better to make it out of clay. This is the kind of option that D3 gives us. The second reason for using D3 is that you can create beautiful visualizations in a quick and easy way. The D3 source code is written impeccably, and it's easy to visualize a huge volume of data with little to no lag between updates. D3 also comes built with a sophisticated transition suite, which seamlessly allows us to switch up the position of shapes on the screen. Once you get the hang of how a D3 script should work, it's also really easy to figure out exactly what each line is doing, as community code usually follows the same naming conventions. I'll show you a simple example that I found online that uses D3, and show you what it's doing behind the scenes with the console inspector here. Look at how each of these elements are changing so smoothly as the browser runs. D3 is rapidly changing the attributes of the different pie slices, so that every time the graph updates, the updates are incredibly smooth. We can add transitions like this with just a couple of lines of code in D3, and D3 handles the heavy lifting of bringing about these different updates. My last reason for using D3 is the community behind it. With D3 growing more and more popular every year, there's a vast ecosystem which you can use to find pre-built code to use in your own projects. D3 is completely open source, and you can use any of this community code without needing to worry about any licensing. This course will be tailored to helping you to access this community as easily as possible. I'll be taking you through real examples of how I would pull other people's code from the community, and I'll be helping you to understand it. As D3 also boasts a wide user base which is growing every day, it's becoming a hot skill to know in web development roles, especially since understanding and presenting data is such a vital component of so many business strategies. At this point, I hope that you're excited to get stuck in with programming in D3. In the next lecture, I'll be walking you through a broad overview of how this course is structured, before diving into the building blocks of D3 in the next section.